Right, and they're off. So, as in all Mario games, 1-1 is a pretty simple level, and like as in all speed games, there's always some small places where you do special movement to save some time. So you'll see them grabbing the propeller power-up, so that's the power-up they're going to try to keep throughout most of the game. And there are some levels that really depend on having that power-up. For example, the tower in World 5. It saves a lot of time if you have the propeller. So I might just talk a bit about the route the players are going to do. So basically, there's a cannon in 1-3, so in the level after this one, and that will take you to World 5. And then there's another cannon about halfway through World 5, which will take them to World 8, the final world, in which Bowser awaits in the final level. So, for example, in this level they're going to be grabbing a star for faster speed.
Mario time!
So in the next level, at the very start, there's a Hammer Brother that's entirely dependent on RNG. So what you'll see the two runners do is they'll do this triple jump, which guarantees them to jump over the Hammer Brother, even if he would jump, they wouldn't get hit by him. And I see Romain's going for the swag star coin. Always nice to see that. And usually you'd use Yoshi for this secret exit, but if you have a propeller, that also works. So currently Josh is a bit ahead of Romain, but yeah, that's basically insignificant. That's about, let's say, about 5 seconds. So, yeah. Here, there's this cutscene with the toad, and you'll want to be mashing B to get rid of the text box faster. Right, so World 5, the levels in World 5 are already quite challenging for the speedrun. There's quite a few places where you can easily lose your power-up. Alright, so in 5-1, this is the level with the first, with the, I think it's the first level with a skip that saves quite a bit. So it's called Water Skip, and let's see if both runners will be going for it. So usually you'd use this platform here to go over. Well, basically, you just try to get to the end of there without the. Where was I? Okay, sorry. They both didn't do water skip, so they played it quite safe. Yeah, sorry, DCA. This is my first race that I'm commentating. Alright, so here the runners can choose between 5-2 and 5-3. 5-2 is significantly easier. At least for most people it is. And it loses time, but not that much. So I'm guessing that both runners will be going for 5-2, but maybe not. Oh, we got another commentator, I just noticed. Cool. Yep, so both runners going into 5-2. So, the funny thing about these two levels is in both of them you see quite broken hitboxes. In 5-2 they're actually good for the runner that the hitboxes are this bad, so you can see them like almost clip through the wigglers there. And in 5-3, yeah, there's these brambles which sometimes also help you with their hitboxes, but sometimes they can also quite mess you up. Yeah, both did 5-2. Oh wait, oh yeah. Alright, so this is the level where it's quite important that you still have the propeller, because it's a vertical level and yeah, you can just fly up there. And it's cycle based, so at the end they'll have to, like I think it's in 10 in-game second intervals, the final sliding spikes open up the path to the door at the end. So if you're extremely fast, you can actually get a cycle that's faster than this one, and it's called 556. So far, I think it's been done 3 times in this tournament. Not quite sure about that.
Alright, hello.
Oh, is it not?
It is me.
Well, it's almost. Oh no, wait, because yeah, if you do 556, you just barely get the cycle. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Alright, so I missed like half the race because I was asleep when we were notified that we needed some people to talk in this race. But I'm here now. So it looks like both runners have finished fighting.
Right, so this next level will definitely be quite deciding how the run continues. Oh, wait, I didn't even... Oh. I can't actually hear you on the Discord.
I'm
Wait, I need to change some settings. Oh, sorry.
Did you mute me? Because I noticed you were talking over me.
Oh, there we go. I can hear you now.
Yeah, I was speaking like a minute ago, and then you were like
sorry.
speaking, and yeah. But anyway, yeah. So I was asleep when we were notified that we needed some people. But and so I missed like half the race. So here I am. Oh, it looks like Josh missed a 5-4 skip, and he's gonna reset. Meanwhile, Romain is performing a 5-4 skip right here. This is a very difficult trick right here. Oh, he gets hit. Also missing 5-4 skip. Both of them resetting. This is a very brutal trick. And yeah. It's a good thing that these guys safety save. This trick saves like 2 minutes if you can get this first try.
Yeah, so I don't know if you mentioned it, but they saved after completing 5 tower.
Yeah,
so
the nice race safety strat.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like Josh is performing it again here. So the first 2 spins that both these runners did, the wall jump that they did was very specific because it has to be low enough and not too high. Otherwise, so that way, like high enough so that they can make it onto the ledge, and low enough so they don't hit the Koopa Troopas on the top. And then right here for Romain, he delayed there because if he just went on from that last block, he then the prop play will like drop on top of him and make him die. So so both of them got it. Nice second try strats right there. TGR with a little bit of a lead, but there's still a lot more game left. So anything happened while I was gone, or?
Not much.
Not
so
much?
pretty
Okay.
normal World 1, and yeah, no getting hit in, well, before 5-4. Both runners did 5-2.
Alright, so meanwhile, JoshTGR is in the ghost house. It's a bit of a more of a complicated level casually because it's like a maze, but these runners know exactly where to go, and they're gonna take the secret exit here because it's gonna take them to the cannon to World 8. It's a pretty nice shortcut.
Yeah, so with this boo ring at the end, you can go for a fastest rat that saves, I don't know, like 0.1 seconds.
Yeah, it's a really dumb YOLO strat. Not worth it.
Yeah.
Unless you're Gix.
Or me. I actually do it in runs.
Yeah, Romain took it a little bit more safe, so it's gonna give TGR a little bit more room. But after the cannon level here, they're going to head into 8-1, and 8-1 is pure luck, basically. So we'll see if any lead swings.
Yeah. I mean, there's not. If the runners do the movement that they always do, there's not many places the falling meteorites can actually hit you. There are some places.
Alright, so let's see TGR's attempt here. Looking pretty good so far. The meteors are giving him a pretty favorable pattern.
Yeah, where Josh did the triple jump, and you'll also see it on Romain's screen. That's one place where it's critical. That's a place a meteor can sometimes hit you. So right here.
Yeah. And then over here, coming up in just a moment, you're going to see Josh take a damage boost, and that is to get past these lava pillars easier. Okay, he's opting out of going through that one. I don't blame him. That's you have to have really tight movement in order to get past that one.
Yeah, I think he like didn't get the second jump correctly, so he landed on the slide.
Yeah, it looks like Romain's not gonna go for it either because he's slowed down just a little bit. You have to be. Oh, now that was really bad. There was not much that Romain could have done there. I mean, maybe he could have like stayed on that first
Yeah.
platform that he was on, but other than that, yeah, that was an unfortunate luck right there.
Yeah, at least he got the checkpoint.
Yeah, that's just the nature of 8-1, unfortunately.
And 8-2. It also isn't quite the easiest stage in there, so there's a lot of places where you can easily just get hit by those spike balls if you don't pay enough attention.
Okay, Romain made it past that time. No meteors were in his way. So you notice Josh skips the checkpoint right here, and that's because the next area that he's going through is much easier as Small Mario. And he grabs a star for a bit of movement speed, and to go through some of these spike balls.
So it's wait, I thought Romain entered 8-7, and then I realized that not yet. I wanted to make the amazing joke about the donations.
Ooh, wall jump. Romain wall jumped on the block. Takes damage there, not a big deal. So 8-7 on the other hand is the best level of the run because you get to go on a roller coaster, and
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody loves roller coasters.
Yeah, if this were SGDQ,
I personally hate roller coasters in real life.
I'm going to I don't know how it's called in English, a park with roller coasters tomorrow. So.
So amusement park.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, nice.
That's the word I was looking for.
Hope you have fun.
Yeah, thanks. It's like organized by the school I go to.
Oh, okay.
Because the teachers are correcting the tests. And yeah, so you can decide if you want to just stay at home and play games or whatever. Or if you want to go to the amusement park.
So so you can see that Josh is taking advantage of the momentum of this roller coaster to get a few boosts of jump, like that one right there, and saves like maybe a couple seconds over the whole level. Oh, Josh rubbing the wall right there. It's for good luck.
Yeah, so Josh built up quite an advantage over Romain by this point.
Yeah. Most of it was entirely on 8-1, almost.
Yeah.
But there's still two more really hard levels, so it can still come down to those two levels. Ooh, Romain's skipping the checkpoint. I'm not sure if that's well, I mean, I guess it's not a terrible idea because this level isn't like terribly difficult. Like you're not gonna die in this screen. But meanwhile, Josh is moving on to the airship. The airship has a ton of platform skips where you can skip having to. There's like a bunch of sections where you can skip having to use those spinning platforms to get across the certain gaps. A couple of them are pretty precise, And then there is a pretty painful boss fight at the end of the level. And knowing these guys, I highly doubt neither of them are going to go for bombless. I know Romain's probably not.
They're probably gonna like try the slow variant, but yeah.
So here's the first platform skip right there, and then this second one right here is really precise. Let's see if he gets it. Okay, he makes it.
And the final one is the most precise, probably.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Robin gets the pull right there.
Yeah, so in this one, you can play it safe by actually.
Oh
yeah.
no!
That's exactly what can happen. That's really easy.
Yeah, so that gives Romain more of an edge to catch up right here. Romain's still half a level behind, but
yeah. So Josh doesn't have a propeller anymore. So
yeah.
Alright.
So he has to yeah. Thankfully that was like right by the checkpoint, but yeah, that's still gonna lose quite a bit of time. I believe this block right here contains a no, it does not.
No, there's no propeller after the midway.
Yeah.
The only one in that room is directly after you come out of the pipe when you do the red coins, but afterwards you can't get any more. So Romain
is not going for it. So right here he ground pounds right away, and that's just that's just enough for the bomb to hit Bowser Jr. on the first phase.
Right. So I think Romain's gonna go for exactly. So he does his own strat where he just goes a bit to the right with the platform and then jumps off.
Yeah, it's a bit of a safer variation, so you don't have to worry too much about that Mega Koopa.
Yeah. So let's see if Romain tries to get the slow bombless. Well, I mean, I call it slow bombless, but it's still a lot faster than if you do it normally.
It still saves time over if you were to do the fight the way Josh did it.
Yeah.
So he goes for the really easy first hit, and it doesn't look like he's going for it. Okay, second hit for him. This is still a close race, so... Alright. So both runners heading into the castle. It's only about, I'd say, what, 15-20 seconds apart?
Yeah, maybe a bit more, but something like that.
So this is still a close race. Fortunately, Josh can't do a few minor optimizations that you would otherwise do if you have a propeller in this first screen.
Yeah. Although that first triple jump is actually easier if you don't have propeller, because you can shake to get up there. But he won't be, unless he goes for the Bowser jump, which is rather precise, he won't be able to beat the first Bowser stage fast.
Propellerless.
Oh, sorry, did I say
really
anything about 2 stages of Bowser? No, the game is finished after you hit the small switch.
Yeah. It's the reason why the record is a 24-minute time.
Yeah, world record dies twice. So in this room you want to go into the pipe at the bottom of the screen. And
you don't want to play too greedy, otherwise you will die. So it's usually better to be too late than to be too early.
So Romain also entering the auto-scroller.
Yeah. Josh pick up the fire flower just for safety.
Yeah, so he's probably... no, I don't think he's gonna go for Bowser jump. But
We're gonna see a fire kill.
Yeah,
I'd be pretty excited.
yeah. I think I'm not actually sure how many hits it takes. I think it's like
It's like
at
a bunch
least
of
10, yeah,
fireball.
20 or something like that. Oh, so he's
going for it. Oh, okay, he makes it over.
Nice.
Gets hit. Okay.
he got hit, but he got the Bowser jump.
He wins the race, right?
Yeah, exactly. So Josh got a new PB. Very
GG,
nice.
Josh. But wait, what? Peach is not turning around.
Is she scared?
Oh, we got
Oh, no.
debated.
The game isn't over yet.
Wow, I did not see this coming at all. Alright, so meanwhile, Romain can actually, yeah, that is the freest Bowser jump. Alright. So Josh does these jumps right here to manipulate where Bowser's gonna shoot the fireballs. So that way...
Yeah, ducking isn't actually just for aesthetic purposes, it's actually because Bowser aims... I believe Bowser actually aims where your legs are, where Mario's legs are, and I think if you do a full jump while ducking, that actually lines up really well.
Oh, okay. Alright, so yeah, he picks up this propeller, so now he has to escape this. He has to be really careful not to make too many mistakes. The platform cycles are off. And it's like very easy to die here.
Yeah, but it's looking quite good for Josh.
Yeah. And then once he hits the switch, that'll be game 1 for Josh, and there we go.
Nice.
So Josh wins game 1, which I believe this is best of 3.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so there will be another chance where Romain can, possibly make a comeback in the next game. Ooh, Romain opted out of that. That was very close too. I believe the fireball's hitbox is like smaller than it looks, which is how he was able to get through without being hit.
So I'll add 1 to the score there. There we go.
Okay,
Nice.
So there we go.
27:36. That's still a really good time for a race.
Yeah, anything sub 30 is usually really good.
Yeah. Right, so I'm assuming they'll let the credits play out.
Yeah, it's usually a good idea to use the credits as an opportunity to take a break at the end of the run after all the really difficult stuff that this run offers.
And yeah, as the quarters are best of, well, everything after the 8, how's it the rounds before the, is it quarterfinals? No, it's 8th final or whatever. Those are best of 3 and everything after, but the first round in the finals was just best of 1.
So, what'd you think of that race?
Yeah, pretty solid from both runners. Like the death in the, was it 2 or 1 death? I think both runners died twice, right?
I know Romain died in 8-1 due to unfortunate luck, and then the Mecha Koopa got Josh in the airship.
Oh yeah, right. Oh yeah. So.
But aside from those were some pretty clean runs for both of them.
Yeah.
So it's like Romain is ready. Josh is trying to. I think he's trying to get 69 coins in the credits.
Yeah. Right. So The thing is, maybe I'll actually, if this race actually gets a third, like if Romain wins the next race, then I might be able to commentate the third one. But for the second one, I'll have to go for a while.
Okay.
So I'll leave you to commentating the next race, and well, it depends when I get back. So I'll just, if the race is still going, I'll just join back in. Otherwise, yeah, have fun commentating, I guess.
I'll try.
Right then. So see you later, maybe.
All right.
Goodbye from me.
All right. Have a good day. All right, chat. I already asked Coding how the race was. What did you guys think of that race? All right, looks like Josh got his 69 coins from Luigi. I think he's trying to do it with Mario as well, from the looks of it. So just waiting for Josh to be ready. Romain seems like he's ready. All right. So looks like both runners are ready. So as soon as we get a countdown for these guys, I think then we'll get the second race started. And I will be the only one talking as these runners are focusing on the game. I can feel the cold air breezing as we're going to have another intense race. and I bet these runners can feel the cold air breezing as well. Okay, it looks like they're starting. Josh, a little bit with the head start. What a cheater. Just kidding. But anyway, so off to round one, or off to 1-1. I know this is still like, you know, the same like series of races, but I'll probably re-explain stuff that Coding has already explained because I was asleep, so I don't know what stuff he talked about. But 1-1's pretty basic. Just basic movement. Romain did a little bit of a safer strat to opt out of a really tight jump that Josh went for. So pretty decent 1-1s otherwise. They got the propeller suit, and they're going to try and keep it throughout the majority of the run. The propeller suit is a very useful power-up that allows them to fly. So it makes vertical climbing really useful, as well as a few other skips that they'll be performing this run. One dash 2, on the other hand, is a bit of a different story. It's one of the more tougher levels right off the bat in World 1. Ooh. So because this game's on the Wii and you have to use motion controls, sometimes depending on the calibration of your controller, your motion controls may or may not work. So Josh with a little bit of a hiccup on one of those turning platforms. Yeah, so they tilt that platform downwards a little bit, so that way they can slide down it to gain a little bit of a boost. So as you can see, Romain gained 1 in-game second over Josh because of that motion control platform. Alright, so 1-3 is usually the first level that introduces Yoshi, but they're not going to use Yoshi. They are to have the propeller suit. You normally need Yoshi to get the secret exit. And they do these very specific triple jumps, so that way they can get over the Hammer Bros, which are otherwise random to deal with if you don't go for these triple jumps. There we go. Both runners got it. Okay, it looks like Romain went for a safer variation to get over those piranha plants. Not a big deal. And now they got the secret exit. Alright, so pretty even 1-3s otherwise. Pretty much what you expect in for World 1 for most runners, especially at around the level that these guys are at. Both these runners with 25-minute times, I believe. So these guys definitely know what they're doing. Any time with a like 24 to 26 range is are usually pretty good. So that secret exit led them to the cannon, which is we're just gonna lead them to World 5. So they skip Worlds 2, 3, and 4. It's a big portion of the game already. So there is I like to call them Idiot Koopa waiting for you in the fortress. And now we're going to 5-1. So at the beginning of this level, the runners are going to do a very specific movement in order to manipulate getting a star from this item block. As you can see, you saw 2 different ways that the runners did it. Josh did the harder but faster variation of it, and then Romain did the safer but more consistent method. And again, you saw 2 variations of different strats here. Saw Romain went for a safer strat to get through the piranha plant pool, I guess you call it. Whereas Josh went for a bit of a riskier method that's like almost easier to go for, or that's almost easy to get hit. And then same with the ending. But with Romain's consistency, you know, you won't lose too much time going for some of the safer strats. So this piranha plant is impossible to avoid. Well, you can avoid it. You can take a death in the start of the fight in an attempt to avoid it again, but it is not faster to do that. So the runners just... So everybody just fights the piranha plant, and you get 3 free mushrooms for beating the piranha plant anyway. So, you know, if you die, then it's a bit of a safety strat. Guaranteed. So just like the first race, both the runners are going for 5-2 instead of 5-3. 5-3 is extremely hard. And probably the most dangerous level in the run to go for in a marathon setting like this. 5-3 features Bramballs, which have extremely horrible hitboxes, whereas the Wigglers, the giant Wigglers here, have hitboxes that are more negligible than the Bramballs. It's a pretty clean movement for both these runners right here. Looks like Romain gained a few frames over Josh based on the in-game timer. Because I saw Romain got an earlier 4:45 than Josh. So he's definitely making up time. Alright, so coming up is the fortress, or a tower. There is a very difficult strat called the 5-5-6, where you get up to the top of the tower with the fastest in-game time on the clock. It's very difficult. I don't think Romain's going for it. Josh can't go for it now, because he had to slow down there. But it is very difficult. So this is where a propeller is very useful. Otherwise, without the propeller, you're waiting on a bunch of different cycles here. Okay, so Josh still had a pretty clean tower, and same with Romain. You see, Romain gained 1 in-game second over Josh for having a bit of a cleaner tower. And then now we have the Iggy fight, or Idiot Koopa fight, as I call. You're seeing 2 different variations of the fight here. As long as you hit him all 3 times right away, then it's they don't make too much of a difference. Alright, so both of them with good 5 towers. I'm going to assume that these guys are going to save just like in the last race. So that way, if they fail 5-4 skip like both of them did in the last race, then they can try 5-4 skip for as many times as it takes for them to get it. Alright, so Toad's getting kidnapped. We don't care. Alright, so Josh is going for a save right here. And same with Romain. And let's see this. Alright, so once again, these first two propeller spins right here are very specific. The wall jumps that they both do are specifically too low enough so they don't hit the Koopa Troopas, and high enough so they make it onto the ledge. So it's the beginning part is definitely extremely precise. Everything else is fairly straightforward except for the ending. Where in the ending right here, you have to delay a little bit. Otherwise, if you go too fast, then the falling enemies are going to fall on top of you as you're making it on the top of the platform. So both of them got first try 5-4. That's really good in a race. Looks like Josh gained a little bit of an edge over Romain. Because I think there was a faster 5-4 for him, just by a little bit, but not too big of a deal. I'm sure these guys are relieved after what happened in the first race. Alright, so Ghost House time. So again, this level is usually a really complicated level casually, because it's a maze, but since these guys know where they're going, they know the fastest path around the ghost house. And they went through that, behind that block there, and that takes them to the secret exit to the end of this level. Well, the secret exit to the cannon level that'll take them to World 8. Ooh, Josh losing Propeller. That's not a big deal, because Propeller doesn't save too much time in the next level. So... Meanwhile, Romain kept his Propeller, so he's going to go for more fastest strats in 8-1 that Josh is not going to be able to do. This could actually be Romain's chance to make up some time here, depending on how 8-1 goes for both of them. If you guys remember in the last race, 8-1 didn't go so well for Romain, so let's see if 8-1 is nice to him this time. Josh had very favorable patterns in the last race. Or luck can remain the same. Alright, so here's TGR's attempt. So again, these falling meteors are random. So if one gets in your way as you're trying to make a jump, then it's typically not in your control. Gets that Fire Flower because he's going to need that for a damage boost. Boost through that lava pillar right there. He's going to get another power-up later. So that damage boost doesn't lose too much time. As you can see how Romain's gaining a bunch of time over. Oh, they're already like in the same section. Josh taking a hit right there, so that means he's not going to go for the second damage boost for this part right here. They are tied, but unfortunately, Josh is not going to go for the second damage boost, whereas Romain is going to. He makes it past that really precise lava pillar right there. So Romain just took the lead. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe what I just saw right there. I feel like I'm watching a League of Legends match right now. So that's 8-1 in a nutshell right there. In the last race, Romain had very favorable patterns, whereas you know, it is the tides have turned here in this race. But there is still the good news for Josh is that the race is still not over yet. There are still World 8 still has a bunch of really tricky levels to go. So 8-2 on the other hand, they have to avoid all these spiky balls as well as these giant enemies right here. So you see the runners, they both are going to skip this checkpoint right here, and that is to make the next room of this level easier to go through as Small Mario. Gets the star for movement speed and to tank through these enemies right here. So as you see, otherwise, if you're big coming into this section right here, you have to do some pretty precise duck jumps, which are, you know, sometimes hard to do. And if you're on the the rolling wheels that are constantly pushing you back, the Goombas go at you really fast.
This way.
All right, so the next level, the runners have a bit of a chance to breathe here because now they're about to ease their mind as they go on a roller coaster. Although maybe not so much because roller coasters give me headaches, so probably not. We'll see. But man, with this race so close, you could tell that these runners are here for a W. This is like the perfect opportunity where if you're doing like a PB attempt, you can use this opportunity to catch up on how much of chat you missed. At least that's how I see it. Looks like Josh took a hit there. Oh, rubbing the wall a little bit there for good luck. Okay, powers himself back up. They both need to at least be big coming into the next level, so that way... Well, actually, no, they don't need to. It's nice to power yourself up, so that way you can tank a few hits if you happen to tank a few hits. Once again, Romain missing the checkpoint right there. I mean, it's not too much of a problem because the next section is not terribly difficult. But if you play too greedy on these minor time saves, you can die. Because as you can see, both these runners, like, this level is straightforward, but there's some minor optimizations that these guys are doing in order to save a couple seconds, and that's by taking advantage of the momentum of the roller coaster to gain some speed as they're jumping, such as what Josh did there, rubbing the wall a little bit. A lot of rubbing going on today. Alright, so Romain is done.
Mario time.
Ooh, that was a little bit closer, Josh there.
Yeah.
Alright, and Josh is also done. Both of them are now heading into the airship. And again, the airship has a ton of parts where you can skip having to ride spinning platforms to otherwise get across large pits. These guys with the propeller suit are going to try and skip it. They may opt for riding a few just for safety, but for the most part, they're going to be skipping up a bunch of the platform. So both of them are going to power up to get their propeller suit back. Okay, this part right here doesn't particularly matter if you slow down or go fast because you have to wait for this pipe. Anyway. So you can see, even though Josh did a faster variation, it does not save him any time because he has to wait for this pipe. Alright, here's the first big skip right here for Romain. And he is going for this one this time around. Okay, and he gets it. That is a lot harder than it looks. And these runners are making it look easy. And same with Josh. Man, again, these guys are making it look easy. This is top level play right here. It is hard to match that. Alright. So Romain going for the safer variation like he did in the last race. He gets it. And we'll see if Josh gets redemption here. Okay, he gets revenge on that Mega Koopa. Didn't get him this time. Both of them have Bowser Jr. at the same time. This is such a good race right here. Alright. So, Romain is not going for Bombless. Josh couldn't go for Bombless in the last race. We'll see if he goes for it this time. He is going for it! Is he gonna get it? Oh, alright. So to explain, Bombless so as you can see, normally, you have to do what both these runners are doing, and that is using the bombs that Bowser Jr. throws down and recoil the bombs back at Bowser Jr. But as if you fly up and ground pound at a very, very specific time, then you can actually ground pound Bowser Jr. without having to use the bomb. But the problem is that it is extremely inconsistent. So, and if you're going for a world record, you have to get that trick. Both times, at least. And it is very unfortunate because it is the second to last level in the run. And so having to go for a trick that's that inconsistent in the second to last level in the run is extremely unfortunate. But unfortunately, since Josh lost Propeller, he couldn't go for it that third time. And again, just like last time, he will not be able to go for some faster optimizations that Romain will be able to go for. So Romain just picked up a pretty hefty lead over Josh. Thankfully, this triple jump that Josh is going for is easier without the propeller suit. Okay, Romain got past that part. That part's really tough sometimes, because those fireballs can get you. So meanwhile, these guys can take a nice breather. I'm sure these guys are aware of how close this race is. Okay. Romain did not go for early pipe entry, which is you know, pretty good for a race. Again, you don't want to play too greedy. If you're too early, you're gonna die. Ooh, that was so that is the optimal way of going entering that pipe. And if you are too early, you just die. So Josh made up a little bit of time. Unfortunately, Romain got a very unfortunate fireball pattern. Josh looking like he got a better fireball pattern. Ooh, that was very close. Okay, that second set of fireballs was very scary. Okay, Josh got the Bowser jump, and he got a yump off that switch right there. Heading to the escape at just about the same time. This is really good. But a lot of silly stuff can happen in the escape, so we'll see what happens here. So again, doing these jumps specifically so that it can manipulate where Bowser shoots his fireballs, because you want Bowser to hit the walls as you're running through these pillars that are like blocking your path. Okay, so now for the actual escape right here. So again, these platforms are on a cycle here, so you don't want to make too many mistakes, or else your platform cycles are going to be off, and then you have no choice but to play it safe. This is some really good music for the escape sequence. Okay, and Romain takes game 2. So now we're gonna have a third match here. So it is officially 1-1 for Romain versus JoshTGR. It is completely even.
Hey there.
Hey there.
Right, I'm back from dinner.
Nice.
So
we're about to have game 3.
Yeah, GG Romain and GG Josh. I didn't really see those runs, sadly, but from the time I can tell that they were really good runs.
None of them had a death. The only separation from these two was that Romain had very favorable patterns in 8-1, whereas Josh had just about the pattern that Romain had in the last race. But other than that, the very solid runs for both these guys. So that was really good. And 25 in a race is really insane.
Yeah. Were there any deaths?
No, both of them got first try 5-4 skip very cleanly as well.
Right. Cool. Right, so quite excited for this final race.
This is really exciting. You can tell that these guys are here for the W. I'm sure these guys are just as excited here, or more nervous.
Yeah. I feel like in the first game they get to warm up, and then after the second race they get nervous.
Yeah, because the second race they definitely played better, because they were more warmed up after the first race.
Yeah.
And now the pressure's on for the third race, and it's that's 2 out of 3 scenarios right there. Especially if one runner starts to get slightly tired after winning.
Yeah.
So we'll see if any of that affects any of the runners on this next race.
Yeah. I remember my race, my best of 3 with you video. That was really crazy. Because also, we did all 3 races, and in the end it just got really close. So, let's see if this also happens here.
Looks like these drivers are gonna try and get 69 coins before they begin their next race.
Yeah.
Nice meme to play. Oh, it looked like Romain was about to stop at 64. But he got his.
Nice. Romain. Let's see what Josh does.
Looks like we got the the world record holder in the chat right here. Shoutouts to Fade Vanity.
Yeah.
Legendary mid 24 world record time.
Yeah, world record. The difference between world record and second place is like 20 seconds, I believe.
Yeah. Fade is extremely crazy at this game. He goes for like basically everything, which is what separates him
And,
from.
well, I mean,
every
the
other
difference is he actually gets everything because there's a few runners that go for everything, but he actually does get everything.
Yeah.
Well, at least in his world record.
And a lot of the like risky time saves that like save very little time over like the more consistent strats like are sometimes can be very inconsistent, and it's insane how like, you know, runners of his level can like just go for such things. All right. Looks like
so
Josh gave up on the 69 coins, so he's resetting his console.
do you know what the next racing series button does? Because it says I'm supposed to click that when the next race is ready to start.
Yeah, I think when they're both ready, then we click on that.
So I'll click on that now, I guess.
Well, they both have to get to the map, I think, right?
Well, yeah, but I believe I'm assuming the moderators just get notified so that they can do the countdown. So
I'm just waiting for Romain to get onto the map because time in this game starts on map movement and not file select like most other games.
yeah, also in most New Super Mario games, you actually have to watch the cutscene before the.
Well, at
run.
this point, it's now only NSMB because NSMB is the only
okay.
game in the series that does not autosave after the intro.
Oh, okay, so they changed it for the other games.
Yeah, which you know, which made like a few runners in the Wii U NSMB community to come back into NSMBU and NSLU. It definitely motivated me to go for more harder strats to improve my world record times in NSLU.
Yeah, because the cutscenes are always like 2 minutes long.
Yeah, and there's like RNG loads, so you can
Yeah.
lose like 3 seconds to the intro for no reason.
Yeah, the good thing about DS is the cutscene isn't that long.
Yeah.
So, oh, so
Okay, so it looks like Romain has like a 7-second advantage. What a cheater! But,
yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna totally blame it on that if Romain wins by 7 seconds. Oh, okay, Romain. Okay, looks like the nerves are kicking in for Romain as he just rubbed the pipe there right off the bat. I believe if it was synced up, I think Josh has already pulled up an early lead, but not a big deal. It's still the beginning of the race.
Yeah.
Okay, 551 for Romain and a 554. So about, you know, a couple seconds that Josh is ahead by in well, real time. So yeah, the first so yeah, like we said, World 1 is usually just about what you expect for most runners who get consistent World 1s. So there's not really too much to talk about here.
Yeah, there are some small time saves. For example, in 1-3, you can actually do a double jump or even a single jump instead of a triple jump to get up to the secret exit, and that saves a bit of time. But yeah, otherwise it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mario time.
You know, it looks like Josh is gaining quite some time over Romain as he just saved 1 in-game second over Romain on 1-2.
Let's go.
Nice. So again, they do these triple jumps right here so that they can get over the Hammer Bros. Otherwise, they have to deal with randomness, which is not fun to do.
I like that both runners got the swag star coin.
Yeah.
It's always nice to see.
And Romain going for the safer method to get over that Piranha Plant.
Yeah.
So it seems like the theme that we've been seeing in the beginning of both these races, that Josh has pretty good early games, whereas Romain has pretty consistent late games. And you know, the difference between like speed over consistency is quite a difference, especially for, you know, as difficult of a game this is.
Let's go.
How many times have you missed entering this cannon in runs before?
It's happened a few times, not too much, luckily.
You know, for a guy who's only ran this game like maybe four times, I've probably missed it like once.
Yeah, so in terms of consistency, the runner who's probably the best at that is Miri, who is currently in the second round of the finals. And yeah, he gets like consistent low 25s.
Yeah, that's really insane for NSWW standards.
Yeah, because yeah, like already mentioned, this game tends to be really unforgiving about like stuff like items, and like there's barely any places you can get a propeller when you actually need it.
Yeah. Looks like Josh was trying to go for the faster variation to get over that pool, but wasn't feeling the that he can get to that space without getting hit, so he opted out of it.
Oh yeah, Mario time.
It is synced up here according to the restream.
Yeah,
This is
well, that means that Romain is behind
yeah.
by about 7 seconds. So yeah, actually if you get the piranha in the middle, it's actually faster. So
Both of them got middle Piranha Plant. Wow, this is
it doesn't. I'm not actually sure how much time it saves, but it's not much.
But either way, you cannot avoid the Piranha Plant. Oh! Oh my goodness! That was insane. So with that, Josh pulled more of a lead there.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we're quite happy that Romain didn't actually pull
Monk
down
and S
there.
on screen.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was pretty disappointed with that as well. So yeah, once again, 5-2, just like usual. I believe 5-3 saves like 4 seconds if you can do it right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it does.
And it's extremely hard.
Yeah, I believe if you do the like save strats, it saves 1 or 2 seconds. Like if you don't actually do donut strat.
Yeah. But if you're trying to save those extra seconds, you may as well go for the harder variations of 5-3.
Yeah.
Like, I believe, like, 5-3 is, like, Gix's most practiced level, and he goes for really insane strats for 5-3.
Yeah, and Fade also gets a really good 5-3. I believe. I'm not quite sure about that, though.
So once again, Romain gained a few frames over Josh because he had an earlier 545 than Josh. So we'll see what happens in Tower.
Yeah, so...
Time.
Josh had a little bit of a slowdown there. He's not gonna be able to go. He's not gonna be able to get 556.
Well, at this part it doesn't matter yet, because in this first part you have to wait at the end anyway.
Yeah.
But, yeah, none of these runners are going to go for 556.
Yeah. I believe the strat. I believe the strat Romain goes for in this level makes it so you have like a few seconds of leniency at the very end. Yeah, like right here. So both of them got this identical door times.
Yeah.
Now they're gonna fight Idiot Koopa again.
So both are going for right side, which means that you, after you hit Iggy, he like starts moving in the direction that you are, and you can either move him to the left side or to the right side. And yeah, so both went for right side, which is a bit faster. Yeah, so
Alright,
let's
see how
hope.
5-4 goes for these runners. Both of them had clean 5-4s last time, so we'll see. But probably knowing that these runners are nervous, that this is the last game between these guys, they're probably something will probably kick in. So Josh is going for the safety save. Same with Romain, and let's see their attempts here.
Yeah, there's almost no reason to not save there in a race.
Yeah, because 5-4 skip saves so much time.
Yeah.
So I guess we didn't explain what you normally have to do in 5-4 without going for 5-4 skip. So you have to ride this really long moat. It takes like a couple minutes or so, and while you're riding on this moat, you have to like get rid of a bunch of stuff. You cannot have 5 or more entities on the moat, and by entities I mean enemies count, power-ups count, coins count. So you have to get rid of a bunch of stuff as you're riding the moat, and sometimes a lot of enemies fall down at once, where like you have to get rid of a bunch of stuff. So it's a very painful level.
Nice, both of them getting 5-4 skip.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, and yeah, the thing about the hardest part is doing those wall jumps off of the vines, because you can't just, after doing the wall jump, you can't just hold right, so otherwise you wouldn't actually land on the small platform, which you need to land on to get your propeller back, like to get your spin back.
Time.
Okay, I was like looking at Josh's screen and then looked back at Romain's screen. I thought that Romain went the wrong way, but he knows what he's doing. That's how complicated this level is.
Yeah.
Okay, both these runners losing a little bit of speed there. doesn't affect the cycles too much, but there we go. Especially with Romain right there, he had the propeller suit. So
And I believe Romain's probably gonna go for the safest. Oh,
Josh taking a hit there, not a big
Yeah.
deal. But
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
in 5 Ghost, it isn't too bad if you lose the propeller because you damage boost in 8-1 anyways.
Yeah, and
So-
propeller doesn't save too much time on 8-1.
Yeah, you can save. You can actually save a few seconds compared to like just doing it normally without damage boost if you lost the propeller. So you can do an extra damage boost before the checkpoint to not lose as much time as you would. So I'd say these runners are about 10 to 15 seconds apart.
Something
With
like
the-
that. And we'll see how 8-1 goes. 8-1 has 8-1 has caused Romain some troubles, and then the race
Yeah.
after that it caused Josh some trouble. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe both of them can have really good luck like at the same time, or like bad luck at the same time. Like 8-1 can do whatever it feels like doing. It's pretty. I like to compare it to like 8-8 in New Super Mario Bros. Okay, so yeah, as you can see,
Yeah.
Josh is slowing down to power up right there.
Yeah, so you can actually get through that part without actually collecting that fire flower, but then you risk then you're small before the checkpoint, and that can be quite risky.
As you see, Romain's making up a little bit of time. He's gonna make even more time right here because he's not gonna have to stop like what TGR is doing right
Yeah.
here.
So let's see if they're going for the triple jump.
Okay, so here's both their attempts at the boost right here.
Nice.
And Josh
So-
got it. So did Romain. Okay,
Nice.
really favorable 8-1 for both runners, which is good. Okay, it didn't pull what Stash did in one of our community relays. So that's good.
Mario time.
So now
Yeah,
both these
so-
runners are now pretty even coming into 8-2.
Well, Romain did start about 7 seconds before Josh
Yeah.
did, so yeah. But
Yeah,
less
so
than
Josh
10
has like a
seconds
10
apart.
second,
Yeah.
just from looking at Romain's timer.
So there's actually a faster way to do that first room, but there's also RNG that can actually, like a meteorite can also kill you there if you're not paying attention.
Yeah, they're also like jumping as much as they can to avoid getting pushed back by the rolling wheels that are moving left. You don't gain much momentum out of those. Some pretty solid 8-2s. 8-2 is not terribly difficult, so that's to be
Yeah.
expected.
This ending part can still sometimes be annoying if you don't actually get the third jump up there, and that
Yeah.
Goomba pipe can be quite annoying.
and like I mentioned in the last race, if those Goombas come at you really fast.
Yeah.
So Josh had gaining 1 in-game second over Romain on that level right there. Now these guys get to once again take a nice breather as they go on a roller coaster once again. At this point, having to ride on a roller coaster 3 times would make me really exhausted from going on roller coasters ever again.
It's not actually quarterfinals yet, it's the round before that.
Well, this is the final match for these guys, at least.
Yeah, exactly. But in
And some,
the entire bracket.
Got some Romain rooting in the chat right there. Go France.
Yeah,
France versus USA. Yeah, so once again, these guys are going for these minor optimizations by taking advantage of the momentum of the roller coaster to gain a couple seconds.
Yeah, this is the third match, well, the third race, and both runners won the. Well, Josh won the first one, and Romain won the second one.
Yeah, so both the runners got that momentum boost right there. You can actually die if you go too aggressive with that. It's happened to a couple people before. Is Josh gonna get all 3 star coins?
I'm surprised that Josh actually gets all red coins, because then you've got this annoying firefly that you don't actually want to collect.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The firefly just jumps off because it dances to the music.
Yeah, but not if you get it from the red coins.
Yeah. Okay, Josh gets all 3 star coins. Doesn't really do anything. The star coins don't really mean anything. They're only really useful for 100%.
Yeah. Or max percent, if that's your thing.
That sounds terrible.
That's actually quite fun. It's almost 10 hours long. Okay, by that I mean it's enough fun at all. Yeah,
If
it's
you're Chaos
basically...
Carl, then it's fun.
Or me. Yeah, I did it. Like, Modest, Carl and I, and Kibble also, we raised max percent.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's basically 5 hours of grinding points by utilizing a glitch.
Alright, once again, Airship has some pretty difficult stuff here, so we'll see what happens for both these guys. Both these guys are playing very consistently so far throughout this run. But again, since this is the second to last level of the run, the pressure can really be on.
Josh did some risky movement with jumping around those cannonballs. So let's see if Romain decides to.
He went for it
all of
last
the
time.
skims. Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm assuming he realized he's...
Uh-oh! He's...
Ooh,
oh!
yeah.
So, unfortunately, yeah, he got caught by the left side there, which didn't give him enough momentum to get across, so that is extremely unfortunate. Ooh! Okay, so Josh managed to save that, but that is...
Yeah.
That was really scary right there for a moment. Unfortunately, Romain has to do the entire level all over again, but thankfully he has his opportunity to get his propeller back. Oh, he loses it, but there is another chance for another propeller.
There's actually another 2 propellers. There's one here and another one later on.
Yeah.
So Josh entering Bowser Jr. fight.
Now Josh has a pretty hefty lead.
Yeah.
Now. I can imagine he's probably going to go for... okay, he's not... Okay, he is going for it. Didn't get it. Trying again.
Ooh.
Oh, very close. Oh, man. Like I said, this trick is not very consistent at all. So it's... And, you know, with that being the second to last level in the run, and, you know, if you're going for, you know, world record or 24, then you pretty much have to go for that.
Yeah, so basically at this point, Josh just needs to play safe. And then, if he doesn't die, then he'll probably win.
Yeah, that death for trying to go for that platform skip was very unfortunate.
Yeah.
for Romain.
So he's also entering the Bowser Jr. fight.
Yeah.
Let's see if he at least can get Bombless for the meme.
I'm sure Romain is gonna at least try to didn't get the ground pound, but not a big deal because you can manipulate Bowser Jr. to go to where you're going. Yeah, I'm sure at this point Romain's just trying to bank on Josh messing up somewhere, which is probably the only thing you can do at this point.
Yeah, even Bombless wouldn't. The only reason why you would want to go for Bombless is because meme. But yeah, in this last level, anything can still happen.
Yeah,
Especially in Escape.
You can die in the Escape and lose like a million years.
Yeah. Or if he enters the pipe too early.
Oh
Or
yeah.
if he tries to enter the pipe too early. The one here.
We saw a really early pipe entrance for Josh in the last race, which was pretty risky to do.
Right.
He enters the pipe.
And Romain entering the final level.
Josh's game feed is frozen.
Oh.
It looks like he went down in the safe zone to avoid one of the fireballs. But okay, back.
Yeah. Nice.
But yeah, he went down in one of the safe zones. Usually, if you get a bad fireball pattern, that's pretty much what you can do. Yeah, here comes a splice indeed. Alright. See how Escape goes for, Oh, Romain almost went in really early. That was really close. Okay, waiting in the safe zone, just like Josh did.
Right, here comes the final part. Ooh.
Oh! And with that, Romain takes the lead again!
Wow.
Oh my goodness! What an unexpected turn of events
yeah.
right there.
That was really
I can't believe my
unfortunate.
heart right now. I think that was a drop spin put right there, which does happen very frequently in this game.
Yes, I just saw that on my phone again. So, yeah, he tried landing on one of the. I mean, it's not quite at the end, but really close to the end of that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes the game just decides to not let you spin there.
Yeah, it's very common. It's very common theme in the Mario Wii community where you know, if you make a mistake, you usually blame spin puts. Because in like about 80% of the time, it's true, depending on the calibration of your Wii remote.
Yeah. So
I
now it's
actually like
Romain's turn.
recently bought a new Wii remote that has like really bad calibration, that it does not like read motion control inputs correctly.
Yeah.
So I gotta return that controller at some point.
So, and with that, Romain takes the W.
Yeah.
GG. GG. That was really unexpected.
Yeah, that was a very unexpected upset, I guess you call it.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
so
must
Josh has
suck so
to
much.
come up here to power up right there. Unfortunately, his fireball patterns are going to be off because he had to go up there, but I think he has a way to adjust it. So I think we can get Romain on the voice call.
Yep. So,
Romain in chat is saying he doesn't deserve to win that. But these things happen in NSMEW. Like,
yeah.
you know, a lot happens. This is a very punishing game. Probably like if like the second hardest game in the NSME series to speedrun.
Yeah. GG to Josh. So, think that was a low 28, something like that.
Yeah. And
So,
with that, Romain moves on to the next round.
do I click the done button for Josh?
Uh,
I'm assuming so. It's probably just, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Both these guys are done.
Right.
I'm gonna try and get
Right, good. So then I'm assuming the runners get sent a link to this channel.
yeah. Just hold on. I'm trying to get them in.
Right.
But man, honestly, like, you know, I didn't really know what to expect much out of this third race. Like, both these runners were playing like really well up until, like, you know, we had a few like choke moments and like a few, I guess, like you know, like when you know it's the final race, like, you know, like the third race like really matters a lot.
Hey there, Josh.
How did you feel?
I messed up very bad and basically flew in a win. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, we thought you had a very solid lead coming out of airship when Romain died from missing the platform skip in the second room, and then you know, and I guess was that a drop spin put? It looked like a drop spin put when you died at the final part.
It might have, and I missed the platform, and then I tried shaking. I could have shook too late.
Mm.
It was a dropped input in AA that I ended up saving in the airship.
Oh, was there? Oh, we probably didn't notice.
Like right after the checkpoint, the like, last skip part.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
How'd you feel in the other two races? I know you're probably feeling really well with that win in the first race.
The last two races went well. So Romain almost PB'd on in the first, second one.
right. What's up, Romain?
Nothing,
Or-
I guess. Went back to the other.
maybe he's trying to set his mic up or something.
No, yeah. There we go.
All right. What's up, Romain? How
Hey.
are you feeling?
I'm speechless right now.
Yeah,
I can't believe I win this match, dude. Because I died in 8A, so I know that I was dead, but no, I'm speechless right now. That was a good match overall, TBH.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just goes to show how everything is open until the last second.
Yeah,
hmm
I'm so sad for Josh because he messed up escape.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It was about
I feel sad for him.
like 15 seconds before the
Yeah.
end.
Ah, he was 50 seconds ahead of me. Oh dang.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and at the end before he died, like 15 seconds before the end of the before the switch.
Yeah. Oh dang. That sucks.
yeah. But overall, I'm sure you both of you guys are pretty happy with how this went. You know, coming into
Yeah.
the getting a
I-
third race between you guys is
Yeah.
usually
I'm-
really exciting.
I mean, I got to 25 on the race. That's my first 25 on races. So yeah, I'm pretty happy of myself right now. I got 227 and 25, 45, if I remember. So yeah.
All right. So is that all? Is that everything that both of you guys want to say?
Yeah.
Uh,
Like I said, I'm pretty speechless right now. So
So-
for this win.
So what's gonna come of you coming into the next round for you, Romain?
Yeah, semifinals. That's pretty.
Does that
epic.
make you feel a little more nervous, or do you have to prepare more, or?
Yeah. I'm not done yet with any percent because I'm still on the tourney.
Yeah. So Romain will go to the next bracket and play against either
I don't know.
Fire Breather, Carl, or Bronze Crank.
Yeah, we'll see.
Alright. And then Josh, anything else you want to say?
no, I'm good.
No. Okay. All right. So I guess that's it for us. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So congrats both of you guys.
Thanks.
On all three races. All three races were really good. Yeah, so stay tuned more in the NSMBW tournament, and as well as other events in the Speed Gaming channel. We got let's see, there's the Splatoon Octo expansion tournament coming up, Kirby's Dreamland, Odyssey Darker Side, and a bunch of other stuff coming up. Yeah, so I've been MChan338.
I've been the coding boy.
Right, and we will see you guys in the next matchup for NSMBW.
Yeah.